700 here.
Was that a
I think
good
you're
leading
gonna-
question?
That's true.
Sure.
Okay. I was thinking
Was
at
that
some point,
okay
yeah,
that I
yeah,
was
absolutely.
backing up to my
Yeah, absolutely.
That
relationship?
was
Yeah.
great.
Okay.
We're
Maybe I'll
ready
just
when you
even say
are,
that, okay.
and
Okay.
do not disturb us on.
All right, okay. Lisa, as part of the foundation's 15th anniversary, we as a board took a look at how we support and connect with our really critical community assets, and certainly our schools are part of that group.
Mm-hmm.
We created liaisons, board members who took a particular interest in one of our schools or nonprofit institutions, and you volunteered to be the liaison
Mm-hmm.
for Murray.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know you've had a past history and a connection here, but why don't you talk about that a little bit?
Sure. I started getting involved at Murray several years ago, first as a tutor through the one-on-one pilot program, which is a really amazing way that Murray supports students who are struggling a bit, and I was really impressed with that program.
Run by Cindy Thrasher, who's a neighbor and
Yes,
has
yes.
Started it out.
Yeah, and it was Cindy.
And actually, the foundation
Mm-hmm.
provided the money for the first couple of years for that program when Cindy started it out a few years back. So,
Yeah. So that was my first connection with Murray. And then I got involved through a community garden here, and was working with students to reinvigorate that. They were students who had gone to WE Day. So we were doing that after school and during foundations classes. And the relationship has just continued to grow. Now I do an after-school program and have been teaching cooking and gardening with some after-school kids. So it's been really fun to get to know Murray better. And so when the opportunity came up on the foundation to become a liaison, I said, I know Murray.
Yeah, you know Murray.
I know Murray.
So how does that role kind of played out? You were you and the other liaisons. I won't say that you're guinea pigs, but it certainly is the first year we've done this. So talk about how you see your role in helping to support and stay connected here.
I'm a connector. I'm part of the board, and so I can let the board know what's going on at Murray, all the cool things that are happening there, and maybe if a particular need comes up, I can let the board know about those needs, and I can report to Stacy kind of when grants are due, or when there are events happening that the school can participate in as well. Yeah.
St. Anthony Park is we always talk about the fact that it's a unique place.
Mm-hmm.
Talk a little bit about your history with it. How long have you been part of the community, and what is it about the community that attracted you and keeps you here?
I have been part of St. Anthony Park for about 18 years, and I think it feels like a small town where I can walk around and see my neighbors and talk to people and reach out. I will tell a story about the after-school class that I'm teaching. The cooking is kind of a costly activity, and I went in and talked to Tim and Tom at Speedy Market and just said, hey, is there any way that you could maybe support that class? And just on the spot, Tom said, what do you need? And I told him kind of what I was spending per class period, and he just said to the cashier, give her a gift card, and when that one's gone, you come back and you give more. No. And so the neighbors are interested in supporting the kids here, and it's really fun to help make that support happen.
Yeah. And you're relatively new on the foundation board. How would you describe the role that the foundation plays in the neighborhood?
Well, I think it pulls people together in many ways. There are some of the events that the foundation helps sponsor and create. The Park Before Dark. They get involved in the 4th of July celebration. So there's certainly ways that they're bringing community members together. They're through the grants and other financial support. They are also just helping provide opportunity, I think, within the community. So, yeah, I think they play some important roles.
Is there anything else that about working with Murray or with our schools that comes to mind in terms of the foundation's connection to the community? That's okay. I paused before that. I thought I'd throw a last one in.
Yeah, sorry.
It's all right.
I was like,
You want to do a, well, thank you for whatever, and you can say thank you.
yeah.
and then
Or
we'll
were
be
you
done.
fishing?
just
Is
cut
there
that in.
something that I haven't?
No. It was just the last thing that was said was it was just sort of it kind of trailed off a little bit. It wasn't a real sort of strong thing, so I was thinking about bringing something back that would just wrap it up. But
Sure. Well,
I don't
let's
think it's a
try.
big deal.
Yeah, let's try some. Is there anything else? Is there something that I should be?
I'm wondering if, when you talked about the importance in the community,
yeah,
I'm wondering if there's a way, maybe I don't know if we want to talk about the literacy event benefited all the kids at Murray because it was a school-wide, all 700 kids got it.
Yeah,
and the
let's talk
books were
about it.
purchased through Macabre's. So
Sure.
you supported a local small business. And so kind of maybe the foundation being the hub that supports not just the schools, but
Sure.
and
I
that could
don't know
even
if
be an
that's it.
alternate answer to that last question, to the second to last question. We're talking about the community.
Mhm.
You could take a look at that and see, but that would be a good way to demonstrate, I think, the way that the foundation works with, in this situation, you know, the way the foundation works with their institutions. You can say, well, here's a good example. There was this event,
Sure.
and describe the event and how the books were purchased at Macabre's.
Sure.
It was a program that was supposed to be a class program and ended up being a school-wide program, partnership with the U.
Mm-hmm.
You know that story.
Can you move your coffee cup again?
Maybe
just
we
have-
could pass it back
okay,
and
right.
forth.
All of a sudden, he just appears with a coffee cup in his hand. Ding!
Yeah, go ahead and talk.
edit. Movie mistakes will be on movie mistakes, edit mistakes.
How's that?
That's not quite far enough. There
So
you go.
wide. Well, you got the panel on?
I'm trying to.
So I'll just tee it up by saying, should I just re-ask that question, or
Just ask a question. Just keep going.
yeah, I'll think about,
I'll figure out how to edit it, and if it
Okay.
doesn't work, it doesn't work.
so for people who don't always understand how the foundation really works to bring the community together and support these important institutions that we have, can you describe how the foundation kind of works with, for instance, Murray, and what you know about it?
Sure. Here's a recent example. The school was working with the University of Minnesota to bring in an author, John Sheshka, for
Stinky Cheese Man,
The
true
Stinky
story
Cheese-
of the Three Little Pigs, one of my favorites.
yes, that's the guy, and it became a school-wide event that would become richer with some additional resources. And so they came to the foundation and said, asked if there was a way that we could support this event, and we provided some money for books for the classroom that the students were then able to use, and in the creation of some wonderful projects that became part of the event when John Sheshka was here, and then will be part of a community-wide event a few weeks later. So we helped make that experience richer for students, and will help bring the community in as well.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for, I was going to say
Did
thanks
that-
at the end of
Did
it.
that
but I
capture kind of what, or is that not,
Works for me.
does it,
I think it's fine.
was it
didn't.
accurate?
Do I need to say thank you very much?
Oh, we
Yes, it
can-
was absolutely
We can,
accurate.
we can
Okay.
cut it.
Okay.
We can cut it.
All right, good.